Hi folks, and welcome to Tech with Troy. Today we're going to make some suggestions for folks that have money from returns or from Christmas gifts in terms of if you're looking for a reasonably priced laptop that's of good quality, where you can go to look for one. So a couple of ideas today. First of all, a little bit different machine than we've said at Walmart before. Before we've talked about the 330S, and I'll mention that again in just a second, but they've also got the Ideapad 330. Now this only has a Core i3 processor, but that's a pretty good processor, particularly compared to Celerons or Pentiums. It has 4 gig of RAM, it's expandable, it comes with a 1 terabyte spinning hard drive, and it's available right now for $299. You either have to settle for red or purple as your choice of colors. Now, for a little bit more, you can still get the Ideapad 330S with a Core i5 processor. This was $349 when we first started talking about it about a month ago. Walmart has upped the price to $379. It's still a pretty good deal, but to be honest, there are other alternatives out there in the same price range. But as I've said before in several videos, I really do like the Lenovo keyboards. Now, another option at Walmart is the Dell Inspiron 5000. This is one of the machines that uses the Ryzen 5 that comes with the Radeon Vega graphics. So it has a spinning hard drive. It only has 4 gig of RAM, but you should be able to expand the RAM if you want to. It's a little bit pricey, but it's still a pretty good machine for the price. Now, a more reasonable side, and we looked for any good deals at Best Buy. The only one that I could really recommend at this point is they've got the HP Stream. It's 11.6 inches on sale, or on clearance that is, for $183.99. Now, this comes with 4 gig of memory. You're not going to be able to upgrade the memory on this, but it also comes with 64 gig of eMMC, which is like a poor cousin, if you will, to the SSD type of drive. It's a pretty good machine. You're not going to upgrade this machine, but for a basic Windows machine, it's a great deal. One of the things I wanted to recommend, or wanted to mention in passing, is how messed up a lot of the websites for these retailers are. So, and I don't know whether to refer to it as bait and switch or what, but for instance, I went to Best Buy and I'm looking for ideas for low-priced laptops to recommend to folks, and they have all these open box laptops and clearance laptops that they mention, but it's like every single time you click on See All Options, they'll show it to you, but it's not available for you. And it's really weird because I went through all of these options here. Many of them are laptops that I probably would recommend, but in every case, when I saw something that was worth exploring more and I clicked on See All Options, I was told it's not available within 250 miles of where you're at. Then why show it to me to start with? There should be an option that says, I only want to see things that if you're going to tell me that it's not available, then don't show it to me. But this is how I basically found the HP Stream. Now, one other choice that I wanted to talk about, and this might not be for everybody. You can order direct from Chinese manufacturers through several different websites. The one that I've used in the past is called Banggood, banggood.com. And if you go in here looking for laptops, under all categories, you look for computer and networking, laptops and accessories, laptops and netbooks. Now, and you'll still get some laptops that I wouldn't recommend. The first couple of rows have a skin, they have a mouse, and then they have 3 or 4 different laptops, all that have Cherry Trail processors. Those are the Atom processors, and we've talked about those on different videos before. They do have some Celeron processor machines. There's a couple of, so there's several different Chinese manufacturers, some of which I've heard of, some of which I haven't heard of. There's a couple of reputable ones. Jumper is one of those. There is, let's see, Techlast, who got their start making tablets for several years. They have very good tablets. They also have highly recommended laptops. And then a machine that you might have heard of, there's Chewy and Xiaomi, which makes a lot of phones that are being talked about here in the United States. But one of the reasons I'm talking about this site is that when we've looked at laptops before on the American sites, usually it's a choice between, you're lucky if you get 4 gig of RAM and 32 gig of eMMC is sort of the standard. It's very difficult to find anything with 64 gig, and that's one of the reasons that I mentioned that HP Stream, by the way, is because it does come with 64 gig. Well, one of the interesting things about a lot of these Chinese manufactured laptops, one is they're a fairly good deal for their money. They have fairly good build quality. They tend to use metal bodies more than the American manufacturers do. But even more interestingly, and I'm going to go down to one particular machine here. So these N3450 Apollo Lake processors are Celerons. They're slightly older Celerons. A newer one is the Gemini Lake N41000. Now this machine comes with 4 gig of RAM, 128 gig of storage, but if we click on this machine, what's even more interesting is the way a lot of the Chinese manufacturers do storage is they actually have a little panel in here that with one screw you can open and then pry up and put another SSD in. Now these aren't 2280 size SSDs, they're 2242, so it's a shorter SSD. There's a certain maximum capacity that you can put in there, but it makes it very easy to augment the storage that's in these laptops. And they're good build quality too. So like I said, if you're interested, check out banggood.com, and this particular machine, the Jumper EasyBook X4 notebook with the Gemini Lake N41000, 4 gig of RAM, 128 gig SSD, and like I said, the SSD is upgradable. It's a pretty good deal compared to some of the machines that we see in the US market. Thanks, and as always, if you've appreciated the video, I would appreciate it in turn if you would like it and if you would subscribe to our channel. Take care, and I hope everybody has a wonderful New Year.